everyone, I'm Dr. Jeannie Bertoli, relationship and divorce trainer.
And I'm Ty Saponchik, family law attorney in California with the Law Collaborative.
We wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and to give you a few tips on how to get through the holidays if your family is struggling, if you are just struggling, or if you're separated or divorced. So here we go.
My first tip is to stay off social media. I have clients come to me all the time who blow up their cases by posting something on social media that inflames the other party. It's just a bad idea this time of year.
Can happen anytime. We all know we've made mistakes of posting on social media, so I think that's an amazing one. Ty came up with that one. I'm just so excited. I think I'm going to practice it as well. Tip number 2 is do what grounds you. In this time when life can be very stressful, if we do what grounds us, and by that I mean sleeping, eating healthfully, exercising, inserting prayer and meditation, the more we do those things that ground us, the more we're going to be able to be intentional with our lives and our choices. So that's my tip number 2.
My second tip is to have a legally enforceable custody arrangement if appropriate. I have clients that come to me, they work out loose, easy, we'll just agree as we go along, and that's an invitation to be in court on Christmas Eve. If you have a default written custody agreement that's enforceable, and you can't agree, you can always do something else, but if you can't agree, you can fall back to that rather than have a judge decide the day before Christmas.
Isn't that scary, guys? That's just the idea of that gives me the shakes.
And expensive.
And expensive. My favorite, actually, tip that I'm going to give you today is take breaks. Often in the holidays, we are around people in an intense way that we're not throughout the rest of the year. Hours upon hours in the same physical space, in close quarters, can lead to arguments and lead to just that all buttons being pushed, but just the stress of that time together. So take breaks, go for a walk, get some exercise, just clear your head, put in your favorite music, go for a drive, whatever it is. Take breaks and build those in. Don't think of those as failures or to feel badly in some sort of way because you're doing that. Think of that as setting yourself up for success.
And when you are together, try to keep things positive. The holidays are not the time to grind axes and resolve problems and issues. You can always do that later on. Try to make the holidays an enjoyable time for the children, for your new partner. You're not going to want to, if you're dating someone and they go, oh my God, the holidays are miserable with that person, I got to find someone else. Try to keep it positive. There's always January and February.
For your love life, keep that positive.
For the children.
Speaking of which, the next tip is that this is not the time. The holiday season is just not the time to introduce your children to that new love interest. Don't do it. Don't think about doing it. Don't even consider it. Please, please, please wait till well after the holidays to make that major transition in their lives.
And unfortunately, you don't always have all the control because the other party might do that.
It's true.
I had a client who grandson was dropped off at her house. He looked miserable. He was sad. It was Christmas morning. He should have been joyous. She looked out across the street to see who had dropped him off, and it was the new wife. And the child knew that this woman was a home wrecker and the family hated her. And my client, in her infinite wisdom, waved and smiled and said, thank you, Merry Christmas. And the kid lit up and had a great Christmas morning. And it was just because her interaction with that other party was positive rather than what she wanted to do, which was tear her throat out.
What I love about Ty's story there is it reminds us that during the holiday season, there are unexpected things that happen. So expect the unexpected. Have something prepared so that should something crazy, something off the wall trigger you and have something really unexpected, that you have something ready to go. And if that's breathe for 15 seconds and ask yourself a question like, what could I do right now that would support my children the most? Which is, I think, what's exemplified in his story. But have something prepared so that you don't get reactive and don't get in that mode of just, tearing down the other person in that story. So the next tip from me is to really enjoy the traditions that you love without expecting others to do anything or to do them with you. This is a time of year when we go back to our own childhoods and we have things that mean so much to us, whether it's the food or a church activity or music or whatever it is, putting up the tree often. So do the things that you love And certainly you can invite your loved ones to do those with you, but don't expect that. You'll do yourselves a lot of favors by not making other people have to get tied into it, and don't feel badly about it. Enjoy what you love, but free everybody else to do what they love as well. And really savor it and enjoy it for yourself.
And this is a time when you can create new traditions. I grew up celebrating Christmas Eve and Christmas morning with my parents, who are still together after 50 plus years, because they both grew up celebrating one or the other. But I get clients who fight over the first night of Hanukkah, or who fight over Christmas morning, when they have the opportunity to create a whole new tradition for the kids, or every Christmas morning with one parent, every Christmas Eve with the other parent. They can develop traditions. After a couple of years, it is a tradition. The kid's not going to have any comparison, oh, Christmas morning is better with mom than with dad because dad doesn't make us the pancake. Every Christmas morning could be with one parent. Every Christmas Eve could be with one parent. Every New Year's Eve, my daughter spent every New Year's Eve with her mother. And that's great. And I get her sometime New Year's morning, and that's her tradition, and she loves it. She gets 4 Thanksgivings. Loves it. She was bemoaning the fact that she had to work and miss one of her Thanksgivings this year. But this is an opportunity.
4.
But rather than fight over it, it's an opportunity to create something new and unique that your kid is going to love.
And what I love about what Ty's saying there is we have a choice to be positive or negative in these circumstances. You're going to be facing a lot in this holiday season if your family is struggling or separated or divorced. And with that, you don't have to sit in your pain. You can make a choice to say, I'm going to make something good out of this. I'm going to choose to be happy here and happy there and create new traditions, and I'm going to make those choices. And the more you see that you have control over that, you actually can control your feelings, and you can feel so much better. Any last thing you want to say?
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.